How did you get involved with the British Legion?
Oh,
after
with the
your
British
service?
Legion. Well, a friend, my neighbour was in the Legion, and he was losing his sight, and I used to take him. He'd done a run for some charity, and at the Virginia Waters. So I took him. I went with him to Virginia Waters, and we done. And he said that he belonged. He was an able man, and he said about how the Legion. So I said, "Oh, I'll come down." So through my friend, I joined the Legion, and I seemed to take to it straight away, really, because I hadn't been there all that long with the Legion when I met another good friend, a man by the name of Mr. Ball, who unfortunately had cancer, and he was a caseworker for the Legion, and caseworkers for the Legion are people who, if ex-servicemen or serving servicemen and personnel and their spouses can ask for assistance from the Legion.
The first part I did, I had a major who lived in Old Windsor, and he had been in Burma, and he was badly wounded. He was in command of Major Rose. He was in command of a strong point in Burma that consisted of the Gurkhas, and they had a British officer in charge of each strong point, and the rest were Gurkhas. He was badly wounded, and the Gurkhas had to retreat, and the soldier, who was his corporal, he would not leave. And Major Rose said, "You've got to leave me here, you are still a fighting man, go back. And I'm ordering you," and they said, "No, this is once I'm going to disappear. I'm going to stay here and surrender you to the Japanese." And the Japanese bayoneted the poor the poor Gurkha. And Major Rose, he used to have nightmares about that he couldn't have forced that man to retreat.
I mean, some may need, they do respite holidays for people who have just come out of hospital or who haven't had a holiday, elderly men and women who haven't had a holiday for 4 or 5 years, and the Legion will they can go to one of the Legion homes and stay for a fortnight. It's like a hotel.
We look after the small things, like where a fellow has left his home for various reasons. You provide him with a bed and some furniture to get on with it, and help him if you can. That's how it works.
And with the job as caseworker, you get all manners of things. I mean, you can't imagine that some of the people you go and see, some of these elderly people you go and see, they're in their 80s or more, and some of them have not spoken to anybody for a week or more, because, you know, they don't get help, especially if they're housebound. So, of course, if you're a caseworker, you can go and see these people two or three times and see that they're all right and speak to them. But they also, with the case working, if they require things like stair lifts, or if they require these mobility scooters, these are all supplied by the Legion.
Of course, the poppy appeal is all over Britain. It's a huge thing all over Britain.
Yes.
Everyone on television wears a poppy around
yes,
this time.
that to my surprise.
Yes, overseas, apparently there are 11,000 personnel overseas in Germany, across Europe, who are
They're all
expats, all veterans, and they wear
Yeah.
their poppies.
And my daughter does as well in Holland. Yeah,
It's-
she wears it. Yeah.
It's absolutely huge now. How do you feel when you wear your poppy? What do you?
I wear it with pride, but I don't do it for myself, because you see, let me show you something else.
I mean, without the poppy appeal, the British Legion wouldn't function. It's the only way that the British Legion gets money, is through the poppy appeal. Without the poppy appeal, they would have nothing. And then, of course, that would be the end of the help for ex-service personnel.
In the First World War, if you were killed, that was what was sent to your next of kin. And that was my uncle's. My uncle was killed in the Durham Light Infantry near a place called, well, not far from Ypres. And of course that's where the big cemeteries are. And of course I was so taken up because it was my mother's only brother. And she never got over it. The fact that he lost his life there, because he was exactly the same age as me. He was an apprentice carpenter, I was an apprentice mechanic in the machine tool industry, and he came from a family of 4 girls and 1 boy, and I came from a family of 4 girls and 1 boy, in the same place as he would be in. And how I had the brazen cheek to join up when my mother felt that way about it, I marvel at myself now.
Being ex-service, whatever I wear with pride anyhow. I wear my poppy with pride, I wear my medals with pride. And you know, and it's not just for what, it's a symbol that it stands for. It's not for those, it's not only for those that have given their lives for this country, it's for, more so now, for those that are maimed and injured, not only bodily but in mind, and all these people have to be looked after.
But well, I was one of many who never, survived. Yeah, and that's all you can say, because you never knew who was going to survive. The cooks got killed, the backroom boys got killed because something landed on top of them. You never knew what it was.